All right, and welcome back to another episode of the Underground Brains podcast. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, we have a special guest with us today, and you are.
I'm Claire.
She's Claire. Go on, Claire. Go on.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about
Claire.
yourself.
Yeah.
Now, there's not much really to tell about me. Like,
Come on, Claire. I know you. You're an interesting person. You are badass. You
Yeah,
are
I'm
the
like-
definition of badassery.
and I'm like probably one of the world's like most egotistical person there is out there. I'm just totally in love with myself.
No, you're not. You're proper G unit, proper gangster.
I could be gangster.
You can. I've seen you. You know. But yeah, James. Oh, I'll have to edit that out. Oh,
God damn it.
God,
Already.
metal guys.
Only less than a minute into the podcast. I already got to
It's
edit.
alright, I'll edit it. I'll have to try and not mention the Metal God's real name here because it's just, you know. So if you're wondering what that,
I have a lot of people that hate me, and I've received countless death threats, and
PewDiePie fans, you know.
yeah,
But you never know.
dubstep fans too.
Yeah, then it just
You know,
proves the
that's-
fan base of these people
Yeah,
are just.
I don't want them trying to find out who I am, and then trying to be able to find out, who my family is, and sending them death threats and whatever. I don't want, that's more than crossing the line. If they want to send me death threats, they can do it all day. I have no problem with them.
But your family
But-
obviously is important,
Yes.
and you know.
Exactly, and especially being, I live here in Japan, so I don't really need to worry about somebody in the U.S. doing something, but my family's in the U.S.
I'm
so
worried if
they're
we do this
little
live in
easier
the
access.
future. I'm worried if we do this live in the future and I slip up. Really,
If you slip up and end up saying my name, then screw it. That's
I just can't help it because like it feels really casual when we start talking, and I'm
Yeah.
calling Claire because she's all right with it by her normal name, and then it's like then I end up calling you by your name, and I mean you can call me by my name, I don't care. But obviously, like, because your channel, you've gained quite a bit of negativity, especially from, people who
There's-
just aren't thinking right. They don't have the head in the
like
right
even
place.
like Tyshawn, people have found his like personal Facebook and stuff like that, and so on and so forth. So I've helped him so people can't find him as easy. So
Yeah, because you've done a few videos of him, and he seems like a cool dude. And he listens to great music, great hip hop and rap. So
yeah,
And-
exactly. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's a real cool guy.
and he
Cool guy,
likes a
but
lot
yeah,
of our
I
games
helped
too.
him basically, kind of camouflage his YouTube, not YouTube, but his Facebook. I helped him out.
Yeah, I've got to make sure that like I'll always have a link to my Twitter, but not to my Facebook because then they'll end up finding you and other people. So just link to
exactly.
my
So-
Twitter. So anyone wants to go to my Twitter, just type in Solitary Soul with noughts instead of O's, and you can follow me. Thought I'd advertise my Twitter because that'll advertise.
Yeah, go for it. Go for
Underground
it.
Reigns
that's
as
what's
well,
here.
because if they like follow me, other people follow me, and then they might find Underground Reigns. So just promotion. It's like a circle, isn't it? So
Yeah, exactly.
'cause
That's pretty much
I've
what this
got
podcast
people-
is supposed to be about.
I've got people subscribing to my gaming channel recently. I mean, I hit 30 subscribers the other day, which is good. So I directed them to our podcast. So you know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's cool.
It's just
Yeah.
extra people, isn't it?
And then of
Helps.
course, then a few months back, I got the Metal God 666, and I had 666 subscribers.
I know, man. I informed you
That
about
was
that,
awesome.
man. I was the
That
one
was
who
awesome.
noticed it, and I screenshotted it for you, and I sent you that shit. I just happened to be on your channel, and I saw it.
Yeah, so there, I had to redo that video like a ton of times. Like I'm like did it, and I'm like, no, that's not good enough. Okay, redo it again. And I'm sitting there, I'm drinking, doing straight Jack and just chugging Jack, for a good while. Yeah, so I was by the time you see the video, I'm pretty much about buzzed. That's about the time
You was
I got it
talking
right.
about if you don't have alcohol, then have another beverage. So I had
Yeah.
some pop, some soda, and Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
That's how
Well,
it
not
goes.
everybody not everybody is of age to drink
Well,
too.
I,
That's to
I
me
did
too. So
I did have some Jack Daniels, but I didn't want to just have it because it's a little bottle. Like you have the big bottle, I had like this
yeah, I
little
got
one.
my huge big bottle.
So it's like I need that for a special occasion. So what I do now is because I've had it, I like to have the Jack Daniels like the little bottle on display 'cause it looks good. So I fill it up. Like what happened was I filled it up with like tea because it kind of looks the same colour. And then obviously after a bit that went all funny. So then I had to put some Southern Comfort in it, and Southern Comfort's near enough the same colour. So
Ugh.
it's mainly for display though.
That's one thing I don't mess with. That's like whenever I drink that stuff, I always have a bad night. So bad stuff always happens. So I stick clear of that.
Southern Comfort's nice, man. I do
The
like.
taste is not it's not strong. You know, you drink it straight. You know, whatever. But I always tend to have something bad tends to happen to me when I drink it. So twice has happened to me. Twice I've drank it. Twice bad things have happened to me. So I'm sticking clear of it. You know.
Well, me and my other.
Jaeger is another one where I try to stick clear of it. I can have a little bit I'm fine. A lot, it's not good. It's not good.
What about you, Claire? What do you drink?
Well, the other day I was having Jack Daniels, but I can't drink Jagger bombs, or the what
Yeah,
was the other one?
that's
And there's another one, but I forgot the name. And it tastes kind of like those blackjacks sweets we used to get.
Yeah.
And because when I went to a lock-in before at a pub, they gave me like I think I had about 5 different shots with this like drink in it, but I can't remember what the drink was. But afterwards, I woke up the next day and I just kept on being sick, and it put me off like blackjacks. And I used to love them sweets, and I was just like, never drinking that ever again.
You can still get blackjacks now, though, Claire. I've seen them in shops.
I know, but it's just gonna make me think of when I was sick that time.
Yeah, I know. Bad memories, man. Bad memories. Like the cider. Like before, I used to like stop at my old friend's, and he used to get a lot of cider. And as you know, cider's not good for getting drunk off. It makes you feel sick. So I woke up in the
I
morning.
don't know.
No, it makes me
I
feel
was
sick.
fine. I used to drink. What is it? This one called Rhino something. It's like a cider beer. I used to drink that. I used to drink that sometimes.
Well, this was like proper cheapo cider, 3 litre bottle, just
Oh.
because it's all he could afford.
Oh.
So I woke up in the morning and I went straight on it. I was throwing up the next hour because I got drunk straight away in the morning.
That's why you don't start drinking the cheap stuff. You got to start on some decent stuff, and then later on you can drink some cheap stuff.
That's all he had because he didn't have much money. It was just like, just get cheap stuff so I can get drunk. But we should like get on to the first song now because I've just noticed the time. So we haven't even got onto our proper topic yet, so we'll be getting on to
See,
that.
that's what we do. That's what we do here.
That's
It's just
what we do, man.
very casual podcast. All right, and this track comes from Cold Void, DSBM from Japan, one-man band. All right, and the song is called Akihara with Sea of Trees, right here on the Underground Rage Podcast.
What the fuck does Sea of Trees mean?
It's Akihara. Akihara.
Oh, fair play to you, mate.
That is what it means. That is what it means in English.
Bad days, we're gonna get on with it. and we're rolling. Keep rolling,
All right.
rolling.
Oh God, not that song. I know I'm wearing the shirt of the guy who actually used that intro, the Undertaker. I'm wearing his shirt, but you don't have to bring that one up. That's not the real one. But anyways, beside the point. But anyways, we're back in that awesome track. Hope you enjoyed it. Anyways, first topic we're going to get on is discussion is the legalization of gay marriage. That happened very, very, very recently. It really should have happened a lot sooner. But anyways, Claire, you want to talk a little bit about it?
You see, I think it should have happened years ago because I think that everyone has the right to choose who they marry, and it shouldn't matter like whether they're homosexual, heterosexual, or any of the other ones. I don't think it should matter. I think you should still be able to pick who you want to marry, and now they've made it like legal that you can marry someone of the same gender as you, then that's great because it means that we're heading towards more like equal rights and stuff like that.
And you're for equality, obviously, Claire, like us,
Yes.
because no human being should be treated differently, whether it's their sexual orientation, gender identity, or just anything really. I mean, I wouldn't even treat religious people differently, although I don't like, their religion. But I wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. I don't believe it should be outlawed or anything. I mean, yeah, I think
I wouldn't want to segregate us, I wouldn't want us to make us live separately, because
exactly. Then who we'd have to laugh at?
Exactly. It's like when I say all these scumbags and all these people that you see, like Claire, Jeremy, like Kyle's a good example, isn't it? So I don't think you're familiar with it either. I've got Jeremy Kyle, but
yeah, you showed me. I think you showed me a few. It's kind of like
them people
kind of similar to Jerry Springer.
Worse though, the people on there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just to let people out there kind of know, that maybe not know who it is or whatever, just something similar.
But the thing is with Jeremy Cole is it's 100% real, whereas with Jerry Springer, a lot of it was staged, although some of it is real. Whereas with Jeremy Cole, you can tell it's real, but with Jerry Springer, I know when it's fake. You can tell by
sometimes
you can just tell by the way the people present themselves and the way it is. I mean, I'm not a gullible person, and I can detect a lot of fake things. There's this thing on YouTube, and I don't know what it's called now, but these people made a video, and it's kind of like the Angry Grandpa show, and there are people in the comments taking it as real. So that it's this grown man, and from what I've gathered, he lives with his dad, and his brother lives with him as well. And
oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and people in the comments, because his dad's smashing the Xbox up and kicking off and all this. People in the comments are taking it to be real, and I'm thinking, are you gullible as fuck or something? These have got bad acting. There's bad acting. It's obvious that it's fake, because why would the whole channel be dedicated to this one thing? I mean, you'd have to be some fucked up family for this to be happening all the time.
It could,
Yeah.
You trust me. You haven't been in the U.S. where I've been at. Trust me. Yeah, trust me.
But I mean, you can tell because
I know it's fake. Yeah, of course it is. But I'm just saying there is actually people like that in the U.S. So a lot of crazy nut jobs. Yay.
But get back onto the main topic, obviously. About the legalization of gay marriage in all states of America. I think it's a very good thing, and I think that this is the next step of progression, and hopefully there'll be more people with their issues getting more rights, and this is just the next step to equality as well. So like with Claire, what she said, I agree with her on that, and this is something that will make a massive difference, because hopefully now there won't be so much discrimination. I mean,
but then of course, there are the Christians in the U.S. They're crying about it. They're saying like how they're being discriminated against.
But how are they
Like-
being discriminated against? How does it affect
because
them?
they can't discriminate against homosexuals anymore. They're like, this is the Christian Holocaust.
I never understood, like, how people say that, you know, they want to get married, yet they don't believe in any, like, religions. I thought marriage was a sacred part of being religious.
Actually, if they want to get back to traditional marriage is not between just one person, two people. No, it's between multiple.
So
you know?
you could have polygamy back then,
Yeah.
but now
Yeah.
you can't. Right, sorry about that. We had some problems with the software. Continuing on, so the Metal God's going to give his opinion on this whole legalization.
Basically, pretty much what everybody else has been saying. You know, it's pretty much a step into the right direction of equality for everybody. But of course, like I said, you know, Christians are crying because they can no longer discriminate against homosexuals. Hell, even was it Josh Fierstein or Feinstein, whatever the hell you say is like a name, the Fred Durst looking brother motherfucker, you know, and he's basically going on, you know, even in one video he's like got a gun, got a semi-automatic rifle in his hand, you know, and sitting there holding it up and basically talking about like we should take the government back, like because our beliefs sitting there say that they're against homosexuality, but yet you sit there bring up other things from the Bible, even in that same the book of Leviticus, you start bringing up other stuff, and they're like, oh no, that was, you know, old stuff, like, you know, no eating shellfish, no eating pork, you know, no wearing, you know, fabric with a fabric with like two different, you know, fabrics or some stupid shit like that. I don't remember the whole thing, but you bring up this other stuff, and they're like, oh no, that's Old Testament stuff. But yet the homosexuality part, they want to constantly bring that up for some unknown reason, you know. So either everything's okay or nothing's okay. And actually, you know, if you read the Bible, you know that Jesus, you know, in the Bible, according to him, never sitting there said the Old Testament doesn't count anymore, you know. And then, of course, there's a lot more other fucked up things in the Old Testament, such as, you know, stoning women to death. You know, a woman can be sold to a rapist. Disobedient children can be stoned to death. Yeah, and these people are crying because they're being discriminated against.
They're not. How is it affecting them? All right, before we go into a song, I'm going to ask you two a question. So, Claire, I got listen up. If I was to insert my genitalia into another man's anus, how does it affect you two? How does it discriminate against Christians, and how it discriminate against anyone, really?
You don't, because it's your decision, and at the end of the day, everyone's entitled to love who they want to love, and if it's someone that's the same gender, it shouldn't really matter.
It's just like having sex with a straight person, really. There's two people consenting. It's the exact same thing, all other than the fact that it's a different situation with the gender. That's the only thing. Two people are consenting to it. Them two individuals are involved, no one else. Would it affect you in any way?
Definitely doesn't affect me. You know, that's the way I view anything in life. You know, as long as the person can consent, then how does that, you know, affect my life? It doesn't in any way, shape, form, or fashion. What somebody does in, I don't know, Africa, you know, whatever, it doesn't affect my life. You know, I don't see how they see it. You know, they're just the Bible, cause David said so. Cause David said so. Cause it's in that Bible that they're the thing. Yeah.
Get dirt face out. Right, so let's go to the song, which I'll be promoting by a band from Mexico, and they're called Voltax. This is a song which I really like. I find the riff to be pretty catchy. I like the scream. It's funny, cheesy, but awesome. It's just one of them things. So, on Merciful Rain, Voltax, here we go. Hope you enjoy, everyone. And we're rolling.
Right, we're back now.
Keep
Okay,
rolling, 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 rolling.
rolling, rolling.
Oh,
I'm going
God.
to talk about the Confederate flag.
Yeah,
Okay.
It
Who's
taught that
gonna
there
like?
Confederate flag there.
that there Confederate flag.
That
Ooh,
that there
Confederate
Confederate
flag.
flag there. You know, we got it in the South. You know, we's got it. You know,
we's got it.
yes, we got it. You know, I got to you. I got to use my southern lingo there. You know,
I can't do something, so I'm just gonna
I
do
know. See,
my
I grew up
normal
in that
voice.
there part, so you know, I can switch it on and switch it off. You know,
With
you
a
know.
bit of
So
practice, I could do it. You know.
if you practice it, yeah, of course, you know. But you know, from there, so you know, I can pull it off. It's already in my voice, you know. So,
It
but
really,
anyways,
it really faded though in your accent because I can.
yeah, because you know, like I know my accent. You can certain words, you know, talking long enough, you can hear me. You know, you'll hear it, you know, but you know, not very much anymore. So, all right, so getting on with the old Confederate flag there.
Yeah, racist bastards. So, the Democrats have been using it, haven't they?
No, initially the actual Confederate flag was, you got to remember back then during that time, right? The Democrats were basically what Republicans are today, and somewhere down the line, they switch sides, and you know, and that's basically how it is, you know. But yeah, and actually the battle flag and stuff like that, and you know, it's changed over time. And but the thing it is with the Confederate flag, not everybody who flies the Confederate flag is actually a racist. Now, yes, predominantly it is, you know, racist who, you know, fly it, such as the KKK, you know, white supremacist, you know, neo-Nazis. I think some neo-Nazis may fly it, and not all. But then you have other people who just basically see it as being southern heritage and southern pride and whatever. You know, it's fine and dandy. You know, you want to be fine and proud. You know, you're from the South and whatever. But you know, I don't see, you know, why you'd be proud of slavery. But then, of course, you know, some people down there, you know, think that the South really wasn't about slavery. No, it wasn't. It was over land.
These
And they want
people
to.
that fly it though, and they think that it's for a positive, you know, reason, and it's to represent, you know, their pride in their country while they're part of
Yeah.
the country. They don't understand the history behind it properly, and they don't understand, you know, like he says. So that is partially ignorance, would you say?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and even some of the textbooks up until like even 1970s even talked about how, you know, slavery was a good thing, and how like they you know they got, you know, fed, and you know, had clothing, and you know, and could pretend like it was like a job to them, just a job. But it wasn't. You know, slavery is that, you know.
Slavery was the
People,
complete opposite. It was misery. It was torture.
exactly.
It was forcing to do things against their will, and people would get the, like, what was it? This thing that they'd hit them with that would.
Oh, that's a whip. The whip,
It was
cat of
was a
nine
whip,
tails.
and it would, like, they'll
Yeah,
do it
they
until
would whip. It was a whip. They'd whip them. You know, picking that cotton.
and then they'd chain them up as well.
Yeah,
Obviously,
exactly.
it was not. It
They
wasn't
worked
like.
until literally they die.
It
You know,
wasn't like.
oh, but of course they want to say, you know, I had a northern, you know, what is it, northern education, but yet I'm from the South. I don't know.
Yeah, Claire, what's your thoughts on slavery, and your thoughts on how just this thing that people say that people when they were enslaved had it easy, that they had a better life, that it was more of a, you know, positive thing for them when obviously it wasn't. What's your thoughts on that?
To be honest, I think that when they say that like it was the positive things, it's absolutely bullshit because all the people that I know that have relatives that was around like when the slaves were around and stuff like that, like they were say they've had stories that have been passed down through generations about their like great grandparent that like got whipped and like abused and that died when there was a slave, or they got killed by the master because they wasn't doing something that they was meant to be doing, or that they wasn't working fast enough, so they got whipped to death and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't think slavery was terrible.
It's just like I says to you off. Well, before we started, obviously, just talking about in the show, I was saying about how horrible it is to discriminate against anyone, whether it be through their ethnicity or, like we were talking earlier, about sexual orientation. And I'm glad that racism has stopped a lot in our generation, and
It's slowly dying out.
it's
I
slowly
mean,
dying out.
it's slowly. It's not. It's. I don't think it's ever going. It's never going to stop. I don't think. Because children are basically learn. They learn from their parents. Like I'll give you an example, like how I was brought up. No, of course, my parents definitely are not racist, but they said some racist things. Yeah, they have. Like basically, my parents. Well, I know definitely, especially my mom is still like against like a black person and a white person dating or stuff like that. Like and they wouldn't come out and say the N word, but they would say it in kind of a censored manner. It's like, don't be bringing home dim kind of women.
It's because of them being the way they were brought up.
It's their
Exactly.
generation because
It's not
my dad's kind of like that as well.
it's not their
Yeah,
fault.
exactly.
It's just the
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah.
Luckily,
But,
I've
but the
been
crazy thing is back in the what is it? Oh, I was actually, I don't know exactly. That's from my mom would say, 'cause my mom was brought up like that. I think my dad was brought up a little bit differently, because I've actually don't recall him ever even saying that to me. My mom did, but I don't think my dad did. But my dad, his parents, my grandparents, even back during the time of segregation and stuff like that, and black people had to sit in the back of the bus, right? My grandparents, what they would do, they would actually get in the back of the bus with them, as kind of like protest, against the segregations. They just showing like this is fucked up, you know.
what I like about a lot of black people is how they fought for their rights, and how even like not long ago, like the old school rap groups, when they were talking against the police and they were talking about
Yeah.
real problems that was happening to them,
Yeah.
because there's a
Yeah.
lot of problem back then, because
Exactly. You didn't know about it because we didn't have all this technology like we do now. That's been a real game changer. I mean, when Rodney King, when they got shown on TV of him getting beat by the police, people, it was just like people went in riot, people went crazy, and groups like NWA, basically like you're bringing up about them, talking about fuck the police and stuff like that. It's basically he's talking about what's happening in South Central Los Angeles. Because if you didn't live there, you weren't there, you don't know about this stuff. So it kind of helps spread awareness, or body count with cop killer, which somehow they thought was about killing cops, but it's actually not. It's actually talking about police brutality. And there's been quite a few other like punk groups basically talking about you know against like police brutality, like anti-flag, just to name one right off the top of my head, and there's tons and tons more.
yeah. We're getting to that time where it's song time now, so I think we'll get back into this after we've listened to the
After
song.
song
Yeah.
break.
So, would you like to advertise and
um
promote?
all right, we'll do the We'll do some grindcore that I did. This song's called "Dubstep Sucks," and you're just a core fag.
I love
Like,
this song.
I don't I'm not using the word fag as like a derogatory term. I'm you know
I know how you mean it.
it's
Just
kind of
like-
hard. It's kind of hard to explain.
You're just a pussy, really. You're using it
Yeah,
like
basically you're just pussy. But the song basically I did it like just how many just comments I was getting on my dubstep sucks one, and then I had the idea for the song. So, and the name of this project that I'm doing is called Internal Decapitation.
you have to
So
offend
I've
them
got a few
somehow. You have to offend them. Yeah. So using that as an insult, you're getting on their level, which is good because they now get offended by that, and that's what you're going
And
for.
if they can only hear it, only can understand what I'm saying, then we'd probably be a little bit more offended. Basically talking about it's just the song's basically just meant to be offensive.
There we go
just saying
with
troll.
the Metal God song, man. Internal
Internal
decapitation.
decapitation.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys want to hear some dubstep, don't you?
And welcome back to the Underground Reigns podcast. All right, well, let's finish up this topic up. So, anybody else?
Go on, Claire. What's your thoughts then?
Yes.
Kind
My
of.
thoughts, when I think of the Confederate flag, I just think of it inside the Duke of Hazzards. Like, that's the only association I have with it. Like, because I don't know, it's like, that's like, when I think of the Confederate flag, that's all I think about is like the Dukes of Hazzard.
Fair enough. All right. Let's
I
not
used to watch that.
Let's drift more into the topic of racism now at hand. But all I'm gonna say with the Confederate flag is it shouldn't be used now. It should be forgotten and be a part of history, just like the Nazi flags or anything else.
But of course, the neo-Nazis still fly that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's all history now. We should be moving forward. The racism shouldn't be an issue. Flags like this shouldn't be present. It shouldn't be being used by people. People should know the meaning of what they're using as well. It's kind of like religious people when they say, "I'm a Christian," but then you say to them, "Have you ever read the Bible?" And they're like, "No." It's
There's a lot of stuff in there. They've actually done polls, and they actually found out that atheists know the Bible better than Christians do.
it's true.
I think the main reason because we look more into it, and we use it basically against them, So you kind of have to know it inside and out, I tried looking at the Quran as well, and that thing's, I think, just as fucked up.
There's a lot of fucked up things in the Bible, but we'll be talking about religion in another.
Yeah, exactly.
show.
We can do a whole series on.
I think we will probably focus on religion for a few episodes at one point because
yeah.
I'm reading
Why
into the
not?
Bible and I've got past the beginning bit in Genesis, you know, past the bit with
It's
Noah
kind
as
of,
well.
It's kind of a long book. but,
Yeah,
you know,
and I've read a bit of Songs of Solomon, and you know, I'm just picking certain parts at the moment, but I've kind of gone back more to the beginning. I'd rather go through it like that. But I've read parts that are like in between, if that makes sense. But there's still a lot that I need to read, and I know more than.
just wait till you get to Leviticus.
Oh, I've heard nice things about that. I've heard very nice things about Leviticus.
Oh yeah, very nice things.
Yeah.
Oh
I've
yes.
never read the Bible. Like when I was younger, like my parents sent me to like Sunday school and stuff like that. I've never read the Bible all the way through. I get like halfway through and I'm like, oh, this is boring. I just put it down.
It's a good piece of literature if you're interested in, you know, the arts of language, like I am. But it's if you're just a general person who isn't that bothered about language and you know you just want an easy read, then I can understand. You know, I like to read a lot because it helps me with my writing and it helps me personally. You know, and
That destroying religious fanatics is
and
also
yeah,
fun.
it's also fun as well. You know,
Bullet of truth.
bullet of truth.
Oh
Yeah.
man, oh sorry about that.
Oh, I know. You got a bit of a cold going there, haven't you? Yeah.
With the bullet of truth. Oh.
Are you alright, man? You're not dying on this
Yeah,
side.
I'm fine. Yeah,
You don't
I'm
want to
good,
go
I'm
into eternal damnation, do you? Don't die now. You've got to first repent before you die. You know.
good. Oh no, oh man.
Yeah, touching on the racism thing. I mean, people like I was saying about old school rappers that was standing up for their rights and talking about these things I respect, and Rosa Parks as well, like when she had a rough time at at work and she had a rough day and someone came up to her on the bus and they were like, bitch, you better be moving now, you better be moving that ass, and she was like, no, I've had a rough day, I'd rather stay, thank you, I should have the right like anyone else, my skin colour shouldn't matter. And I just like find inspiration of them sort of people because, you know, it takes a lot of courage to stand up,
Yeah.
and it takes a lot to tell people and tell them how you feel. So, you know, these are people that are inspirational. These are the people that I look up to more, you know, because they actually stood up for what they believe and they made a difference, you know, and that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
I don't
Exactly,
think the guy worded it like that though on the bus. I don't.
I'm pretty sure you probably said some more derogatory terms.
Yeah, probably.
No, probably. It's a guarantee.
Yeah.
You probably said it nicer.
I probably did actually. Yeah. Claire, what's your thoughts then on the whole thing?
Racism. I think that it's something that needs to like stop because we've all got to live in this world together, and we should all just be like acceptance of like each other. And it's like this I've experienced racism towards me. It's not just like black people that get people that are racist towards them. But I think it's one of the things. It just needs to stop. There's no need for it. It's just making the world like a horrible place.
Everybody experiences racism in one extent to another in any form, but it's just like he says, we're living together. We gotta learn to accept one another. We're in the 21st fucking century, and like I've said to like the metal guy, I've said to you plenty of times, look at all this technology, look at how much we've progressed, look at the achievements that NASA have fucking made, and then you think to yourself, why the fuck is racism still going on when we're capable of doing all this? You know, as a species, we're capable of going to the moon, we're capable of creating devices such as laptops to be able to connect with one another from around the world. And it just makes me think, if we're able to do all this. That shows how intelligent we can be, but there's just no logic, is there? It's just
Exactly. I mean, it's fine. It's fine if you don't want to like what what someone is or what somebody likes or whatever. That's fine. Just be tolerant. Tolerant is kind of the key word there. There's a lot of things I tolerate. There's a lot of things I dislike in this world, but I still tolerate them. Even like racist people, because there's quite a bit I know back home that are legitimately are racist. So and I've seen it firsthand. I've been around it pretty much my whole life. And even here in Japan, like I don't know why me. I don't know what makes me special. I guess just a lot of people just like me, I guess, but I don't experience racism. Like most of the time when somebody's a foreigner here in Japan and you have somebody who you have Japanese friends, but you're a foreigner. Most of the time you get treated differently, right? Just because you are, but I somehow, for some reason, I get treated the exact same as a Japanese person would. I don't know. I get to really even experience it over here, and I don't want to. Not that I'm saying I want to, because I definitely don't want to. But I know people that were like half Japanese, like half American, half Japanese, and they actually had it far, far, far worse, than anything I've experienced. They get treated like shit.
Chinese and Japanese really don't like to be mixed up with each other.
No, actually, it's just Japanese, because Japanese are very prideful and they see themselves as being the number one Asian, and so on and so forth. Even amongst Japanese, there's racist, like people like live around my area and Tokyo and stuff like that, right? Don't like the people in Okinawa, which Okinawa is not even that far away. Like I can get on a train and be there. It's a bullet train. I could be there in about an hour or so. I'm there. I could be down there because I've been down there. It's different. It's very, very, very different in Okinawa, even though it's still Japan. It's very, very, very different, And then the people in Okinawa hate the people in, this other part of Japan. They were like, they basically say, oh, they're loud and obnoxious, and I can vouch for the Osaka people that they definitely are very loud and obnoxious, on the train in comparison to people in Tokyo and Kanagawa, and places around here. It's around here, you get on the train, it's almost dead silence. Everybody's on their, device. Everybody's just, staying to themselves. You could talk on the train. You just talk at a reasonable level. Then I was down there in Osaka, like it was like yelling. Like I had to turn my music on full blast just to zone everybody out.
Yeah, we'll get into the song time now, but we'll continue, obviously, when we get back. Be the last part of our show. We're almost finished, so this will be the last song.
Right.
And
kick it off.
I'm going to promote myself here, because I can. So this is another project that I finished, called Koi Konda. And Koi Konda is just a random name. It just, at the time, I just came up with it, and it means nothing. There's no meaning behind it. It's just Koi Konda, and I suppose the definition of Koi Konda would be in its music itself. So we're going to listen to the first song that I showed the Metal God, called Sock Cole. So kick off with this. Like I said, so I've finished this project now, and I've done quite a few albums for this actually. So yeah, let's have a listen to this. Yeah, Koi Konda. Yeah. Drum Rain Podcast! word? I don't even
What?
know. Fuck it. I don't know. I just said shiboggle randomly. Shiboggle. Right.
Chewbacca.
We're back, by the way.
It sounds like a board game actually.
Yeah.
Like a
Chewbacca.
mixture of
Who
boggle
can
and.
do it? Chewbacca.
Oh, I came up with a new word. You know?
It sounds like a game. It sounds like a board game or something. That's what it
Some
does.
fucking new Monopoly and Boggle mixed together. I don't know. Yeah.
It'd be
Fucking.
like, I can see it be like it sounds like something we'd be saying. We'd like get some games, some board games came out within like the 80s or something, or the early 90s or something. Be a commercial. Like, oh man, you boggled me.
You know what would be funny? If, like, now someone makes a new game and they steal this. But I can't get it copyrighted, can I? This new word that I've come up with.
You can actually you can apply for a copyright.
I'm gonna.
I mean, look at Candy. Look at the Candy Crush guys. They were trying to fucking what is it? They're trying to copyright Candy or something. I was like, can't copyright that word. Hey, they try and you can do it. You can try. Hey, that's all you can do is try.
Well, if I hear in the future that someone's used my word shiboggle for whatever, that I'm gonna get you sued. So just letting you know.
Yeah, actually, you can just like you sing the Happy Birthday song. You can get sued for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you fucking sued because this will be uploaded. The date will be on here, and you'll have no proof before this date that you said it. And I'll get you proper
Exactly.
sued.
There's your proof. So if somebody comes out with a board game and they had the commercial thing that I just made up, then yeah, we can sue them.
Exactly.
We can sue them. Yeah, there's like there. Yeah, sounds good.
I kind of want someone to do it so then I can sue them and get money off them. you know?
Yeah, of course. Let's do it. Yay!
Alright, someone do it. I want to sue you. I just want to sue you because I want money.
Give us money.
Right,
Give us all your money right now.
we're gonna finish up this whole racism thing. So everyone, thoughts on equality, obviously, and how anyone from any race, whatever their race is, should be treated the same. So what do you guys think on that?
Exactly. We're pretty much all in agreement here. There's nobody. I don't think that's completely agreement unless you want me to play devil's advocate and do the old dirt face.
I mean, let's look at it like this. Put yourself in that situation. I mean, it could have been the other way around. We could have been.
Plus also sometimes racist people basically. You aren't born racist. You're basically it's created. It's something that's embedded. I mean, look at the little children from the Westboro Baptist Church. I mean, look at them. They're holding up signs, and they have no concept of what homosexuality really is. But yet they're holding up signs like God hates fags and fags are evil and blah blah blah. Thing like that. And they have no concept of it, just like, there's little kids, that will sit there scream white power, when they have no clue. It's just because they're taught it, and then sometimes some people may not be racist, but then something really major may happen to them in their life, that change their outlook, I was watching one interview of one guy. He wasn't initially racist until he had something very bad happen to him, and he became a racist. He became a neo-Nazi, so.
Yeah, talking about the Westboro Baptist Church, there was a woman. I think it was the daughter of one of the main people.
Yeah, there's been a couple that left. Actually, there's been a few people that have left the church. That one guy, he left, and two of the girls, they left. They have no contact with their family whatsoever. It's not like it's not like the people that left don't want to, but the people in the Westboro Baptist Church basically don't want anything to do with them. They're like, no, you're of the world. We don't want nothing to do with you.
I know that this lady in particular was on national TV speaking about it, and she was saying that she didn't understand at the time and she thought she was helping, and obviously it's that brainwashing again. They don't realise what they're doing because they've been poisoned. They've been infected by this horrible curse that is religion, and it isn't their fault. So I mean, I watched an interview with Thunderfoot as well, and he was interviewing, and the woman was fucking horrible. She was minging appearance-wise, and minging, you know, inside as well. She wasn't a very nice person internally. Yeah. She was just speaking over him all the time and just not listening to what he said. She's like, oh, everyone has to listen to me. I'm the only one who's right, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It sounds like people in the old Fox News category, you know.
Oh, we know
sometimes
about...
it becomes the shouting matches, like the one woman from the satanic temple was on there, and it had some pastor on there, and it just basically just turned into a shouting match, you know.
Let's get Claire's opinion on this before we wrap the show up, though.
Yeah.
Claire, your thoughts on, you know, racism and the Westboro Baptist Church as well, if you've looked into much of it?
My thoughts on racism is that I think it's just gone on for too long. I think it's one of them things we just need to kind of like put to bed. It's one of them things that like we don't need in the world. There's already enough that we need to worry about. We don't need to worry about like racism and stuff like that.
I would love a lot of time to be dedicated to the advancement of science and just things that matter, because I think that these are things that will make us progress. I mean, look at how much science has helped us understand and know more about the world that we live in. It's unraveled a lot of things. So that's just my thoughts anyway. If we all stop bitching, moaning, causing drama, being racist to one another, doing all this stupid shit, like watching shitty reality shows, and we focused on things that have meaning, focused on things that just seem... I mean, it's fascinating. Why would someone be rather focused on reality shows and shitty soaps, watered down, crappy, you know, shit, rather than focused on things that are really interesting? I mean, how interesting is space in itself? Just thinking about other life forms, just thinking about other life out there, thinking about everything that goes on, you know.
But then you had the Flat Earth Society that thinks that we really haven't gone to the moon. We really haven't gone to outer space. You know, there's people that actually believe the Earth is flat.
We have pictures. We have evidence.
No, they'll be like, no, those pictures are doctored, according to them.
Well, why don't we send them up in a spaceship? We'll say to them, all right, you go out in the spaceship, and you'll see from a distance it's round.
I really wish I could put all those people on a you know, one of the shuttles, put them on there, let them go, let them see it for themselves. Yeah, but I guarantee even if they did that, they're so far gone that they would probably be like, no, it's the Earth is flat. Like you just seen it. You just seen it. The Earth is round. No, it's flat.
Then, you know, then people are definitely blinded by their religion and they don't want to admit they're wrong.
They're just blinded by stupidity.
Yep, indeed. I mean, I hate calling people stupid, as you know, because it's just one of them things. Everyone does it, and I think you need a good reason to, but
yeah, exactly.
I just think these people are gullible and brainwashed, is all I'm going to say, and I just think that...
Well, you know, there's a fine difference between being, you know, ignorant and stupidity. You know, there's a, you know, a big difference between the two. You know, ignorance being like, you don't really know. Like say for instance, the kids in the Westboro Baptist Church, you know, that are basically holding up the signs and stuff like that. They're ignorant. They don't know any better, you know. But the people that are older, you know better. You know better. But you know, it's what it is.
Just have a bit of common sense, people. You know, that's all I'm gonna say.
Common sense ain't common anymore.
No, it's not common. Right, we're gonna wrap this show up But thank you for joining us on this amazing show, Claire.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to.
Thank you. It's been fun. Been fun.
Exactly. You know. And well, obviously, Claire will be featured in upcoming shows. You'll probably see her in the future. So, you know, she'll be talking more. We'll get her to talk more. She's just been a bit tired at the moment, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
appreciate your contribution, you being here and
Yep.
giving your views on it. That's good. It's always good. But yeah,
So it's good to have another person's opinion too. So
the next show that we'll be doing will have improved mics, improved, you know, quality of production of this, and it's going to be great. We're going to be doing some new stuff with the show. It's all going to be polished and
yeah, we're gonna bring. We got a lot of guests lined up.
a few guests actually.
A lot of kick-ass bands we're gonna showcase. You know, it's a pretty cool guest. We're gonna bring back, you know, of course guests. Of course, we're gonna bring some back. You know,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly, man.
it's always a blast to have some more people.
So yeah, this wraps up the series as well as the last, you know,
Yep,
episode.
this is the last
so-
one with well, I know some improved audio quality with me, so you'll get this same audio quality.
I'll have improved audio quality. Some of our
You will have
guests
improved
might
audio
not,
quality.
though, depending on what they're
But we'll
using.
figure we'll figure it out as the time goes. We'll figure it out. We'll sort it out.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, thank you for the first series, guys, and for the support.
Yep.
And for all the bands that we featured, for
Yeah.
giving us the
Well,
permission.
fucking awesome, and you will be featured on more episodes to come.
Indeed. When you say come, I just get horny. Right, so you want to do your signing out?
All right, and this is the Metal God 666 here. Sign out, telling you guys keep it metal, and I'm out.
Bye, everyone. Yeah.